What is up, guys? It's your boy Too Natural. We are back. We're naming off the best budget beasts at the offensive positions in NFL Rivals right now. Before we get into this video, YouTube stats show more than 80% of people who are watching my content right now are not subscribed. I'm making NFL Rivals content every single week. We're uploading multiple times a week. We're making tier lists. We're making these budget beast videos. We're making Rivalsnomics, Rivals to Riches. So you could hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure to like and comment. Love you guys. Anyway, so let's hop right into it. No more delays. We're going over budget beasts. If you're not from Madden, if you're not familiar with what this is, budget beasts are basically cards that may not be the highest overall. They're not the most expensive, but they're going to give you really good production. What I'm looking for in these guys is speed, agility, acceleration, stamina, so they can be really fast, outperform what their power rating says, and you can get them for relatively cheap compared to other players at their position. So let's go right into it. And our first has to be the budget beast you all were waiting for, which is Zay Flowers, wide receiver of the Ravens. Sorry, mythical market search is weird, but we do have him popped up now. 99 power at level 1. This is all the stats I'm looking for are unupgraded. We're going to find unupgraded cards. He has a 121 speed, 122 agility, 109 acceleration. So, yeah, you actually do. His catching stats are not great. His stamina, whatever, his strength and his skill power move is not great. But it's definitely worth it. I've had the pleasure of playing with this card after my pack opening. And he actually plays like a legit wide receiver one, especially if you put him on the outside. He's really elite at just getting open. He's beating teams that are 700 power, 900 power ahead of me in the events. Zay Flowers card is definitely a beast. I would definitely recommend picking him up. He's only at 17 myth, under $10. This is a card, if you want to be competitive, is definitely a really good buy. He's by far the best rookie wide receiver right now. The best rare wide receiver. I know I told you guys that other wide receivers might be a better buy at their current price. That's because they're way cheaper that's because they're about half the price as Zay, and they have better long-term outlook. But in the short term, if you're trying to build a competitive team, there's no better rare wide receiver than Zay Flowers. All right, let's hop right into it. And what do you need for NFL Rivals to be competitive? You can win every game if you have just this one thing, which is a good running back. So we're going to go right into running backs. Running back. Okay, so there are actually 3 guys I was considering for this list. As you guys saw in my tier list, if you watched my tier list video, if not, you should tap into that. But anyways, Miles Sanders was actually a tier above the rest of the epic running backs. But his price actually is now really high. Let's just do a quick price check on that right now. So I think people actually realized and caught on that this Miles Sanders card is really freaking good, really fast. So he's actually like 155. So for a running back, that's beyond my range. So the 2 guys I want to highlight today, one is my recommendation. The other one is a good budget beast for a little less. So Travis Etienne is one of the running backs I was considering for this video. You can see you can get a level 5. So although I like to compare level 1, let's compare level 5. And he's going for like 30 myth, $17 versus his Gibbs card, which is the other card I'm going to shout out in 1 second. Both of these are level 5 actually, but let's just look at level 1 stats. Easier comparison. So Travis Etienne Jr. for 103 power, level 1, you get 117 speed, 122 acceleration, 114 agility. So absolute beast stats. So you do sacrifice a little bit on the other things, stamina, catching, awareness, and his skill moves are not as great. So for that reason, who I'm recommending is my budget beast. The cheapest one right now is, 45 myth, $25. He's actually been cheaper than this. He's been at around $20 in recent days. So I would wait until he gets down to like $20 again if he does. He might not though, because this card is a beast. And you're going to see 114 power, 118 speed, 121 agility, 119 acceleration, only 87 strength. But he also has great other stats here, the non-core stats. He has 125 awareness, 118 stamina. That's going to help you outrun the competition. I've played with this card. This has been my main running back ever since I did that pack opening a week and a half ago. He's played great. He is really hard to get chased on. I've run like 60, 70 yards and avoided the chase down against really high power teams in the top 100 events. This Gibbs card just plays great. He has 101 catching, 103 insane catch. Like I've said before on this channel, I do believe that the 100 breakpoint on catching an insane catch is what triggers those diving animations. So I think that's really valuable on like a crucial third or fourth down. If you're on first, second down, it low-key might hurt you in those events. But I think as the game goes on, it might be more valuable. That's just my take. But keep in mind, it can be a double-edged sword. But we do like that he has those good catching stats. 122 skill move, 111 power move. So the strength and power difference over ETN, I think, is pretty evident here. Because Gibbs definitely, I noticed, does get a good amount of POWs on film. He gets a lot of POWs, trucks, whatever you want to call them, when the explosion comes up. You know what I mean? That's a good indicator of the strength and power move. And Gibbs pretty consistently gets those for me. So I definitely recommend Gibbs. Now, for tight ends, I actually don't have a recommendation here. Tight end defense and O-line, I'm not doing. Just because I'll go through one by one. O-line and defense, I don't really know enough of the game at this point in time. We don't know enough about the engine to know which stats are really valuable. And because, especially because defense is controlled by CPU, we really just kind of want to get the highest power team. I can't really tell you which stats are actually going to be important for defense. So tight end also, I'm not really a big fan of. And I currently have the legendary Kittle, the second best tight end in the game right now on my team. And to be honest, it's really not a big difference maker. I don't think the routes in the game right now are really great for tight ends. And I don't really notice the difference blocking. Since none of the tight ends are especially fast for their price, I'm actually not going to recommend a tight end in this video. So we're going to move on to quarterback. And you might be thinking, that's not a budget beast. I mean, you can see here, there's no rare epic quarterbacks on the market right now. If you're not buying a legendary, the best you can do is you can get a really high base card, a pull card like Aaron Rodgers, but you can't even buy it. But I'm kind of breaking my rules, and we are going to say that Anthony Richardson for 318 myth or about 175 US dollars is a great budget beast option. Now, he doesn't really fit the definition of a normal budget beast, but considering he's the cheapest quarterback that you can buy right now, I do think Anthony Richardson is a good option. A good QB can actually be a game changer, really open up the field for you, because all these rookie QBs are legendary. They're all going to be pretty good options, pretty close to the same. But what sets Rich apart is that 121 power is just like we knew at the Combine. If you guys have read his scouting reports, Anthony Richardson is a physical freak, and they reflected it with this card. 76 height, 244 weight, 128 speed, 136 agility, 122 acceleration. So they gave this card legitimate running back stats on a quarterback. It's crazy. That's really going to help you in the pocket, get away from those defensive linemen, buy yourself some extra time to throw. Scrambling is not super viable in competitive games, but this will buy you extra time in the pocket. And let's skip to the throwing stats because those are what you guys care about. So we're looking at 143 throw power, 118 short pass accuracy, 120 long pass accuracy, and then skill moves. Wow, 121 skill, 113 power. So you guys can see this is obviously he's basically an elite running back at quarterback with also great throwing stats. One thing I just do want to mention about Richardson and Gibbs, another reason I like them is because of their draft incentives. If you guys don't know what they are, please hit the I button. I've recommended my Rivalsnomics video where I talk more about the draft promo. But to keep it short, these draft guys do get upgraded in their power level as the season goes on if they play well as rookies and hit certain performance milestones. And I think Gibbs has a really good shot as a starting running back on the really good offensive Lions. And out of the rookie QBs, I think this makes Richardson even more worth it. Even though he's not the best prospect, I do believe he landed in the best landing spot. He's surrounded with maybe the best running back in the NFL right now, Jonathan Taylor. The offensive line got a lot better from last year, and he has legit weapons to throw to. Michael Pittman Jr. is better than anyone Bryce Young or CJ Stroud is throwing to. They have some good wide receiver 2-3s like Alec Pierce there. I think Richardson is set up for success, and even if he doesn't do good, I've looked at the QB upgrades. He's going to get probably at least plus 50 power. So that's another thing I like about Gibbs and Richardson is they are in good situations where maybe this you shouldn't bet on this for sure because other promos are definitely going to come out with better cards. But you might be able to buy this Richardson and this Gibbs, and they might be your starting QB and running back for the rest of the season, especially if you're on a budget. So that makes them doubly good options in my opinion. Definitely check these guys out. If I missed any budget beasts, please drop them down in the comments. If you guys agree, disagree, let me know your thoughts. As always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I love all you guys for supporting me. Hope you're having an amazing day. That'll be all for now. Next video, the best wide receivers tier list in NFL Rivals. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications if you want to see that. Love you guys. See ya. Too Natural out.